of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Oyo State Council, Comrade Akeem Abbas, on the show with us today. Is a leader that has been entrusted with shaping the direction, integrity, and the welfare of journalists in the state. And his emergence comes at a critical time when the media landscape is evolving rapidly with the issues of press freedom, professionalism, safety of journalists, and the welfare taking the center stage, and which is one of the points he also reiterated during his campaign tour to chapels across the states before the election that happened just a few days ago in Oyo State. And we must say that it was a credible and a fair election that produced the candidacy of Comrade Akeem Abbas as the newly elected chairman of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Oyo State Council. It's good to have you here on the program this morning, and many thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It's good that I'm here this morning after the rigorous exercise of the campaigns and everything. We had the election day before yesterday, and it was a very free, fair, transparent, and credible election. And we have asked their vote for their choices. And at the end of the day,
alone, he's here with his entourage. Behind the camera, we have Comrade Dayo Hadu, the secretary of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, and also Comrade Khalid Imran. They are also behind the camera this morning. So to join Comrade Akeem Abbas in the studio this morning. So once again, I want to say congratulations once again on your
short words. It means service. Because it's something that when you are entrusted with a mandate, what the people expected from you is your service, selfless service. And this is what we genuinely want to serve them, and we will sincerely implement whatever is in our manifesto. So we are inspired to do more and to contribute more, to take our union to greater heights, to rebuild, rebrand NUJ into a dignified union that our people so desire.
But before we move on, let's quickly talk about your
some years back, like 40-something years, in that World Permanent Home of Twins, the town called Igboa. I had my primary education at Adigoke Nursery Primary School, Igboa. From there, I proceeded to Olivet Baptist High School, Oyo. And from Olivet, I gained admission into the Polytechnic Ibadan, Adesheun Ogudoyin campus then. I studied mass communication, and I had my ordinary national diploma in mass communication. From there, I moved on direct entry. After service, while I was in school, I started all this. Because when I was in the Polytechnic, and I also served as president, All Nigeria United Nations Student and Youth Association. All this I did very well, victoriously. And after my secondary school, after my first degree, I had a stint at SPC Communications Limited in Lagos, and from there I joined the services of NAN. I'm the editor. I'm an editor with the News Agency of Nigeria. Wow. Though when I was in Lagos, I covered virtually all the beats, and there is one thing that I used to miss. While I finished my ND, I started a newspaper with a friend of mine. We started a newspaper called, a community newspaper called Heptagon newspaper. Okay. Because we have 7 towns in Ibarapa. So we decided to float a newspaper within Ibarapa, and we call it Heptagon because a 7-sided figure is heptagon. So we call it Heptagon newspaper then. So it was when I went for my particular duty. So I covered virtually all the beats you can talk of in mass communication. I mean journalism, when I was in Lagos.
So you understand the landscape very well.
Yeah, I covered aviation, covered governors, government house, I covered diplomacy, there are all these diplomatic courses. I covered the governor's office, I covered the House of Assembly, I covered environment, religion, virtually everything. I used to get excited and something happened that time while I was still covering religion in Lagos. During one Ramadan, and I remember that Baba Pastor Enoch Adeboye came to Nasfat. Came to Nasfat to tell the people that they should embrace religious thought. Who is the national missioner of Nasfat? Very surprising happened when Baba Adeboye brought out some keys and said those who believe that they will own a car
before the year ends,
they should come out. And it's a great coincidence because at the end of the day, you see 25 people came out, only 25, and he didn't give a number. 25 people came out and they picked the keys, and the keys were 25. So it's just like those are some of the experiences we get on the field. You get excited, you get insight into a lot of things that goes on. And also I cover sports very well, so those are the things. I can
say that you are experienced.
Yes.
And you understand the profession itself.
In fact, when I joined the service of NAR, I was rewarded the first month that I joined, because as a new shot, at the end of every month they do a tally. They put the figure of the number of stories you wrote, and that period I came second. And then may your soul rest in perfect peace. Was the MD that time. He congratulated me. He gave me shirts, tie, because he just came back with rumor. And when I came back to Ibadan, out of my, maybe based on my performance, I was seconded to Ogbomoso as the Pioneer District Correspondent. We don't have a district office there. I was asked to go and start that district office. And I started it. Later I was moved back to Ibadan. I became the government house correspondent, became the treasurer of Correspondential Oyo. I became the vice chairman of Sports Writers Association of Nigeria, Oyo State chapter. Later I became the treasurer of the State Council, two-term, which was just dissolved.
So from everything you have said, it's very obvious that you understand the professionalism very well. So let me quickly ask you, because there have been a debate ongoing as regards press freedom, whether press is truly free or not. So looking at your experience so far, would you say that the press is free? That do we have press freedom? And how do you
I cannot see we have total press freedom. We have incidences that we have gone to take it up, to intervene, and definitely be by some of the other countries of the world. And I can say it's fair. I can say categorically and unequivocally that it can be managed. We used to meet with all these technocrats and the major actors, state actors. He used to meet with them, intervene on issues that has to do with that. Strengthening it back home here, we can do it because we've been doing it in recent times. And I believe I can say that in Oyo State, if not totally free, I can say it's like 80-90% free. Issues, but not as that. All right. And we believe we can strengthen it.
Yeah.
As we are on board now, we believe that we have several programs that we want to bring together, like setting up a committee on journalist safety, professionalism, and strong adherence to ethical standards. So by the time we start doing all this, I believe that once any issue happens, the committee will be acquainted with whatever has happened, and the committee will take it up and tell the council, this is what we see from that incident and this is what we should do, and we will intervene immediately.
Okay. Okay, so one of the major concerns among journalists is issue of welfare. So what are the concrete plans your administration is bringing on board to look into the welfare of journalists in the state?
In the past, what people usually do is during festive period like this, let's give our people rice, let's give our people chicken, let's give our people. Yes, it is very difficult to stop all those things, but we are looking at the larger picture. Let's do some other things that can empower our members, because if you have something that has empowered our members, if our members are empowered, then they will have the opportunity of doing some things even without waiting for all this distribute chicken, because we distribute chicken today. Somebody will just cook the chicken and within 1 week the chicken is finished. So is that a better welfare package? No. But definitely we'll still do it. But what we feel is, okay, let's find a way of empowering them. And that is why we look at the trend presently in the media landscape. What we have there today is we have AI. And these are evolving technology. Yes, evolving technology that can even take jobs from people if care is not taken. What can we now do to surface the situation and to make use of that AI? We need to leverage on the opportunities that AI has availed us. And some of those things is, if you have the knowledge, if you can key into it, there are people who use AI today and they are working and remotely even from their house, and they are getting something. As you are at work now, you can sit down now, finish your job here, go into your office, sit down in your office. When you are less busy, start doing something on the sideline, make your money drop into your account. You won't be out there looking for. That is the best form of welfare, because it should be empowerment. Our leaders and our fathers, they used to tell us that don't give a man fish if you truly care for that man. Teach him how to fish than giving him fish, because if you give him fish, he will eat the fish and finish it that day. The next day he will start coming to you again to demanding for fish. So what should you do? Teach him. If you teach him how to fish, then tomorrow you will sit down and get yourself relaxed, because that man already knows how to fish. If he needs fish, he will definitely go into the river and go and take his fish.
I know that during your campaign tour to chapels, you must have also reiterated that trainings, because I know you mentioned it, training and retraining of journalists, but for the benefit of people who are watching us for the first time and knowing that you've eventually won the election, I think it's also important for us to reiterate it again that you have plans. There is a yes. plan to bring upskills to journalists, yes. trainings, and even partnership to upskill yes. journalists. So let's quickly reiterate that. It is,
and we promise to, we preach strong adherence to ethical standards also. And we believe that for us to have those things, there is need for us to have self-development. The dignity that our leaders, our veterans, used to go out and be proud of this profession in those days. The dignity that profession carries in those days is fast eroding us, because today you see a lot of people out there who says, we said the advent of new media is fast causing issues, most especially, and think they are now journalists. No, it shouldn't be that way. Though, how do we separate professionals from those who are quacks? We can only do that, separate them. And if we say today that we are going to push away online, then we are giving ourselves stress. The best form of the best mechanism to use is to them. And how do we regulate them? If you have others who are bloggers, who are this, we can only encourage them. Let's do all these things through training and retraining. Even some of us today, I can tell you, some people now, they see money longer. But we need to change. We need to move as everything is, as the trend is shifting. Then we need to move with it. And how do we do this? We said we want to train today in Oyo State. I can see boldly that we will have not less than 500 journalists. And if we within 3 years, if we can train, because we believe that, how do we do this? Every quarter of the year, let's have 25 journalists trained. If you have 25 first quarter, 25 second quarter, 25 third quarter, 25, and for 3 years, then it is not going to reduce. It can only be more than 300. And we are going to do it. On AI now, we've called end of January. We ought to have had the first training on AI. And we'll be having nothing less than, yes.
Okay, let me quickly say this, since we are talking about training of journalists, because in Oyo State alone, let's leave Oyo State in Ibadan. When the election process started, it got to my notice that we just only have, I think, 11 or 12 chapels that were able to.
No, we didn't have 11 chapels. That is politics.
Oh,
that is where
the question now is, how do you intend to chapelize? We know we have many radio stations springing up every day who are yet to be associated with the NUJ Oyo State Council. So do you have any plan on board to bring these people into the council?
Yeah, thank you very much. You know, our people are politically inclined. And when we have people that are politically inclined, when you start getting influenced by politics out there, you see our leaders, sometimes they do some things that we can say goes well with impunity. Because I was the treasurer. We have 18 chapels. 18 chapels in Oyo Council. And when the election came, I also had, I'm a member of the executive, but I also had that, we have only 11 viable. I wondered how 18 became 11. But one thing that I don't like about what some of our leaders do sometimes is that when we want to do things, we should think of the negative implication. The implication is for you to go to any delegate conference, for you, Southwest today, in Southwest, before this election, in Southwest, after Lagos, it is Oyo. But by virtue of reducing chapels in Oyo from 18 to 11, they don't know that Oyo is now the last. That is the truth. Because if you have 13 here, 14 there, but I wondered, we used to go together to inaugurate all these chapels. When we inaugurated, I don't know, everything is politics, and that, thank God, the election has come and gone. But we have said that we are going to bring back all the 18 chapels. Let's have the 18 chapels. And we will still even chapelize more. Because we are going, yes, we will move, we will be on board. Let us all contribute. I will go. But I enjoyed the support of the people. Even those that are not chapelized, I enjoy the support of them. And be happy to identify with us. Then why are we having them outside? Let's bring them on board. Let us do it together. So that when we have all of...
It's a pace setter election indeed, because we actually set the pace for others to follow. So an election is often leave behind houses, divided houses. So how do you plan to unite all factions and also carry everybody along moving forward?
Thank you very much. On Tuesday, when we finished the election was, let me say, it was a kind of tension soaked, but that tension not violently. We thank God for that. It was tension soaked because everybody that is aspiring that is contesting will definitely have his mind. I even remember that during the electioneering, I do sometimes I do laugh because I took laugh as a tonic that time to kill all this tension. Because you just see some people go out there claiming to be strategists and they will write series 1 analysis. When they said I didn't even have one sharpen. I was just like, what kind of analysis is this one? They say all those people that I have, they are online. But the election has come. We can see we decided, we chose not to do permutation. We don't know, we chose not to do analysis. We chose not to do anything. Because whenever you see, it's a strategy. We sat down and we said, no noise. We were monitoring progress of everything. And we sat down every day. We keep doing our own analysis in-house. If we lose, let me tell you, we were very, very meticulous during that time, that period. And I know that there's no camp that can match what we were doing that time. Because if we lost a member at every chapel, we will definitely know. We come back to our own situation to discuss it. We have lost this person. How can we get him back? If we know that we cannot get this person back, we go for another person to show up for his own exit. So we were doing all those things and we were not exposing anything. But some people were saying that it is only overconfidence that can kill them. I don't know. But in the end, the election has come and gone. And thank God, we all that were contestants, we are still together today. We are still laughing. Yesterday morning, I picked up my phone and I called my brother, Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, Comrade Olusola Oladapo. I called him, and when we were discussing, he said, congratulations. And I said, congratulations to us all. Because I will still want to beat you. I want us to sit down. Let's do things together. Let's build a union that we all desire. And I called, immediately I dropped the call with him. I called Raji Adebayo. So, and I discussed with him also. I said, I want us to sit down. And he said, there's no problem. As far as it's all for this union, there won't be any problem. And other aspirants under them, we have decided to look for a way. Everybody wants to contribute to the development and growth of the union. And in that case, we should bring all of them on board wherever we feel that their services is required. We should make use of them so that all of us will build that union that we are willing to sacrifice for, and that is why you as also a contestant, we have decided to bring you on board because we know the qualities and we know what you represent, and we believe that we can get the best of you in service. So
help us God.
Amen.
So let's talk about the relationship with government. So how do you intend to balance the union relationship with government without bias and without compromise?
That is you can only do that when you are a thoroughbred professional. Professionalism is we already said it all. If you look at professionalism today, when you are doing anything, yes, sometimes people will see it as bias, but it's not bias. If you are a professional, you should ensure that objectivity is that balancing are the major things that you want to. Facts. Make sure when you want to write anything, you are writing the facts. Make sure when it comes to politics, it comes to having different political parties, always ensure that you balance your story. Once you have all those things, I will not say somebody should not write a story that is factual and accurate. No. we won't talk about that one. But if somebody is writing a story trying to blackmail or trying to become a propagandist, then that is where professionalism has been thrown away. So you understand? In terms of government, I believe that our relationship can be strengthened if we journalists, if the union takes charge of its agenda setting role.
Yeah.
When we set agenda for government, there is no way government will see us as enemies. They will definitely know that we are partners in progress. I said it the day before yesterday when I was talking to someone. I said, what stops us from having a corporate communication committee? And we are going to have it. I was just discussing with a vice chairmanship candidate in this last election, Mr. Sam Nwako, and I told him, I said, Mr. Sam, I am going to set up a committee, and the committee is corporate communication committee, and the committee will be vested with responsibilities of having interface with government. And how will they have that interface? The committee will play agenda setting role. She understand every sector of the economy. Let's look at it. What are we lacking in Oyo State? When you put it together, wherever the government has done well, we will commend the government. Wherever it remains, we need the government's attention, then such things will be put together, and we appeal to government to look into this. And when government look into it, when the feedback is positive, the government will definitely know that we are not enemies. Because it is impossible. Sometimes we are journalists, we know virtually all that is going on around our society. Some things that even those in government may not even know. But when we bring it to their attention, they will be able to solve the problem. We are not politicians. We are professional journalists. And our duty is to set agenda for government so that in that environment where we are living, the government will be able to build an egalitarian society for us where all of us will be beneficiaries of dividends of democracy.
These are laudable development that you are bringing on board. I must say that you have really mapped it out, and I want to say well done to you. But before we call it quit on the show today, what legacy do you hope to leave after your tenure?
Well, we will definitely be praying for anybody that is coming after us that they also should be better. But for us, we want to be great unto anybody that is coming after us. A union that has been rebranded, a dignified union, a dignified profession, a union that, let me say, that has become a model of excellence for every other state councils to emulate. That is, a pace setter. We are from the pace setter state, and we must have it as the pace setting council, so that as a model of excellence, everybody will look up to that council in terms of achievement, in terms of professionalism, in terms of press freedom, so that our members here, when they go out there, people will definitely be proud of them, that these are from Oyo. So the kind of legacy we want to leave are legacies that will speak volume even when we are out of office. So I want people that will come to start seeing that as a standard and as a yardstick of governance.
I want to say a very big thank you to my guest on the show this morning, Comrade Akeem Abbas, the newly elected chairman of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Oyo State Council, for your time on the show. And like I said at the beginning of the show, he's here in the complaint of the secretary of the Oyo State AUJ Council too, that is Comrade Dayo Adu and also Comrade Khalid Imran. They are also here with him in the studio today. We can only pray for God to guide you, to direct you, and to also strengthen you to carry out all of these beautiful plans you have for the members of this fourth estate of the fourth realm of the estate. So thank you so much, Comrade Akeem Abbas, for your time on the show this morning. And that's how we'll be taking this morning on Frontline this beautiful Thursday morning. Many thanks for joining us. I am Temitope Oladipo. Do enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.